So this move in this video is called Fair Maiden at the Shuttles, or another way of putting it is Fair Lady at the Looms. I'll typically call it Fair Maiden at the Shuttles because that's how I learned it. So this is what this move looks like. I'm going to step out, toe pointing out. As I shift my weight, my left arm is going to open up to block up, palm facing out, and my right hand is going to press through underneath. Now we just did brush knee twist step or brush knee and press, and this press is very similar to the press in that move, okay? But this move, instead of sweeping down, we're blocking up. So let's go through this a little bit. This should be a fairly simple move too, because it's similar to the last move. So we're going to hold the ball. I'm going to step out, toe pointing out. If I imagine this ball, as I start shifting my weight and turning, it's as if I'm going to start rolling the ball over. But partway through, my left hand is going to release, opening up, palm facing out to block up above my head. The right hand is going to push the ball through underneath. And just a little note, because we just talked about it with brush knee twist step, the push is coming from the body, not from the arm, okay? From here, we're going to come back to hold the ball. So we'll sink back. It's the left hand's turn to be on top. So left hand comes to the top. Right side scoops up underneath. Hold the ball on the left. I'm going to step out with the right foot. As I shift my weight, I'm going to start rolling the ball, but the right hand is going to open up, blocking up. Left hand presses the ball through. And we'll come back to the front. Right side comes around to the top. Left side gathers underneath. Let's do it again. Stepping out, toe points out. As I shift the weight, I'm going to roll the ball. Left arm opens up to block up. Right hand pushes the ball through underneath. And we'll come back to the front. Left side comes around to the top. Right side gathers up underneath. Stepping out. As I shift the weight and turn, I'm going to start rolling the ball. Right arm opens up to block up. Left hand pushes the ball through. Coming back to hold the ball on the right. Okay? So why is this called Fair Maiden at the Shuttles? The Fair Lady at the Looms name gives a better clue, but they both mean the same thing. This is supposed to represent a woman, apparently, sitting at a loom. And if you know how a loom works, half the strings lift up and you pass a spool of thread through there. And then the other half of the strings lift up and you pass the spool of thread back. So this is supposed to represent lifting up the threads and pushing the spool or the shuttle through the threads. Okay, and then we come back and we'll do it on the other side, lifting up the threads, pushing the spool or the shuttle through the threads. All right? If that helps you remember the move, all the better. So we did it a couple times facing forward. Let me turn around, do it a couple times facing back as if we were doing this in class. So from hold the ball on the right. I'm going to step out with the left foot, toe pointing out. As I shift the weight, I'm going to start rolling the ball over. Left hand opens up to block up. So I'm blocking something from hitting my head. So blocking up, right hand is pressing through underneath. So I'm striking my opponent if we're talking about the martial arts application. I'm going to sink back, turning back to the front. Left hand on top, right side gathers underneath. If we use the loom analogy, I'm going to step out, arms start rolling. Right hand is lifting up the threads, left hand is pushing the spool through the threads. Sinking back, coming back to the front. Right hand to the top, left hand gathers underneath. Let's do it again. We'll use the ball analogy. Stepping out, It's as if we're rolling the ball. Left arm opens up to block up. Right hand pushes the ball through. Sinking back, coming back to the front. Left hand on top. Right side gathers underneath. And stepping out. Shifting, right arm blocks up. Left hand presses the ball through. The top hand, when it blocks up, is palm facing out. Coming back to the front. Right side to the top. Left side gathers underneath. Let's do it one more time each side. Stepping out, blocking up, and pressing through. Sinking back to the front to hold the ball. And stepping out, blocking up, and pressing through. And coming back to hold the ball on the right. Okay, so this is one of the shorter videos we've done. So you might want to keep repeating this move. Do you get a theme here? So you might want to rewind the video if you don't feel you quite have it down, or if you have it down, when the video ends or when you shut off the video, just go through it a whole bunch more times until it starts to feel really internalized. You'll get it pretty quickly. This is a pretty easy move for most people. Okay? That is Fair Maiden at the Shuttles.